What's going on, my PT peeps? I'm Walking Dead family, my fighters. I'm One Eye Bri, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 11, and another Terminus. Spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead. That's Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, obviously. But Terminus was a part of Season 4 and Season 5 of The Walking Dead, and I think that the end is the beginning is kind of like a Terminus ripoff, a Walmart version of Terminus. But we'll see how it goes down. Can't wait to find out. But hit the subscribe button for all things Walking Dead. Show us some love and support by subscribing today. But ultimately, Terminus was a big part of Season 4 and Season 5 of The Walking Dead. And there was a lot of buildup, a lot of hoopla about it. The radio message, the group was going there, and signs. And then we got there at the end of Season 4. And then Season 5, Episode 1, boop, they were gone. They were there, gone, just like that. Even though there was some carryover from it. We had the A stuff, we had the Gareth coming to the church, and we had some different storylines after the group left there. But Terminus was a group that was cannibals. They were going to kill our group and eat them, and they were trying to recruit more and more people with the radio message. Now, it was a pretty big thing in the world of The Walking Dead, and it was very memorable. And I think seasons 4, 5, and 6 are some of the best and the highest rated episodes in The Walking Dead history. But we'll see what happens if The End is the Beginning people is a clone of this. But Carol came and blew up Terminus, saved our group, and they were gone. Now, that was pretty awesome. It's a big epic moment for Carol fans, and it really started to make us love Carol even more. And I just have a feeling that The End is the Beginning people are a Terminus ripoff. I mean, the Vultures were like lazy saviors. We've had the Negan lineup with Ginny, but we're going to see that The End is the Beginning people, that's got to be a shorter name. The End is the Beginning people. The End is the Beginning people. That's a mouthful to say. But they're grounding up walkers and using them as fertilizer for their chickens, for the plants, for the crops, for everything in their world here. They're underground. They're in the holding. We're in a bunker. If you saw the opening minutes for Season 6, Episode 11, you found out a lot of this information. But that's kind of cool. It's very different that they're grounding up walkers, even though it's kind of gross. I mean, what about the virus? What about the bacteria? But if everybody's infected anyway, who cares, right? I mean, people do use fertilizer for growing crops and plants and everything involved, so it kind of makes sense. So that's a different take on Terminus. They're using walkers instead of people. But is it too good to be true? It's gotta be, right? I mean, you see them cooking and they got a whole assembly line and they're doing this and they're doing that. And it's pretty cool stuff. You can see all the different crops and food and stuff they're making. And it looks like they're doing well here. And Althea asked the question, it looks like you're prepping yourself for something. Is there a war going on? Are they gonna blow up everything above on the surface and let it kind of air out with the radiation and the fallout, and use the submarine and the nukes to blow up stuff, hide out underground, because they look to be in a bunker and they look to be having everything underground for them. All the food they would need, all the people, everything there is underground, so they can hide down there for years and maybe then go from there. I don't know if that's the plan or not, but that's just my theory. There's a lot of crops, a lot of stuff, and they could probably live down here for years. And I don't know how many people are under Teddy's control. I believe Teddy is the leader of this group, but we're going to see that walkers are chained up. They have their mouths sewn shut, and it's a callback to earlier in season 6 at the funeral home with Al and Dwight, and Al's going to be there with Alicia, Luciana, and Wes. So hopefully that comes back around for it. But I think The End is the Beginning people are somewhat different, but the same. It's too good to be true. Stuff's going to happen here. Our group's going to get recruited. Like, oh, this place isn't so bad. Even though they got this creepy walker on a tree with lights like the Tree of Life. The End is the Beginning is a tree symbol. So I don't know what's going on here. Even though I do buy into the theory that this is Madison and that's a Madison walker. That would be pretty awesome if it was. I know people want to bring Madison back. What if they brought her back this way? People would be pissed. And I guess you couldn't tell by looking at it, right? If they were like, yeah, we found this walker by the stadium. Are they ever going to go back to the stadium? Because Alicia did say something about that previously in season 6A. But either way, Alicia, Luciana, Wes, and Al go to The End is the Beginning people. You can see the opening minutes online, and you know that they go there. Or they're saved from the posters, I think they call them. But then stuff breaks down, and this guy's trying to hurt Alicia, but she fights back and probably kills him with this tube that I guess they were using as a mortician. You see Luciana's involved and they're talking about things, and Luciana brings up to a fact that she had a community just like this, so she was part of it. And then the guy that they're talking with is like, nah, there's never been anything like this. They're using a radio or really an intercom system to talk about things, kind of like Terminus. And I think Teddy is over the intercom message talking about the message that they have, and basically being that same thing. Those arrive, survive was the mantra and the message of Terminus. And I believe the end is the beginning. People have their own mantra and message, but I'm not sure what's going on here. It's probably in bombing stuff. They're probably trying to kill people and turn them into walkers and then turn them into fertilizer for the plants and for them. But I believe this is Teddy. He's the leader of this group, and that's definitely different than Terminus. But ultimately, our group's going to be there, and then Alicia's going to set fire to the place. She clearly does. She strikes a match and drops it, and I believe there's walkers all around her. Kind of like Carol set the fire to Terminus, even though she blew it up with propane. Very similar. Now, what if there's a buildup? Our group goes there. They get in danger. Somebody saves them. They blow up the community and the settlement, and then they leave. You know, it seems a lot like Terminus, and I could see Fear the Walking Dead having a rip-off version of Terminus, even though it's the same universe, so it's just a little branch of that. I'm not going to be mad at it. I just hope it's satisfying to watch, and I think Terminus was, even though it was very short-lived in the story of The Walking Dead. But let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Is The End is the Beginning, people a discount version of Terminus? Thank you guys. Stay safe, and tell them Daryl.